Well, hello guys and welcome back to the channel. And today we're indoors. Yesterday I bought this for £150. It is a table arcade game. You know, it's one of these affinity games. However, it has no sound. So we're going to take this apart, try and fix the sound, and I'm also going to show you how to jailbreak it as well, so you can install Android games on it. So first of all, I'm just going to show you what it's like. So if I reach down here, find the power button. There's one of these here. So you can see it boot up, and I'll just demonstrate it for the moment. You can see it booting up, but there's no sound. We'll let them go right through the boot process. There's volume buttons here, and then just come into this main screen. And then you see the main screen. Now, if I tap on the volume, you can see there that the volume's going up and down. So it's got volume now. If I was just to open a game, it's great in it, touchscreen. Going to put it in a proper coffee table at some stage. So you can see this would have music playing while it was loading up. And you can see there I'm playing with the buttons and nothing's happening. Just go into the game. Choose one player a minute. And there you are. You know that would be making a noise as well. So I'm just going to, try pressing the volume up. So we'll just do that. So sequence is none. Not very good at that, am I? So there you can see I'm just trying to show you that there is no noise. So we're going up and down. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to set it up so that we can take the back off and have a look and see exactly just what is up. See if I can get it right that time. There you are. I got it right that time. And there's no noise. You can hear it. And I'll put it right up to full volume. And it was that one. I didn't see what the other one was. We'll go with that one. Oh, that was a good guess, wasn't it? Anyway, what we're going to do now is we're going to put them up on the table, take the back off and see if we can identify. There's two speakers underneath. It's basically an Android table. It's basically an Android tablet with a big touch screen on it. So I'm hoping that it's just something very, very simple. They're retailing currently at about £1,000. So if I can fix this, we're quids in. And I believe that this is quite a common problem with the sound. So let's see if we can fix it. Okay, so looking at the back of the unit, you can see there is multiple screws. However, when I look at the side, excuse the chair creaking, I'm not sure if that piece is going to lift off. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these screws out first of all and see if we can't lift that unit out at that point. Okay, so I've removed all the screws and I've put them into this magnetic container because I've always believed it's safer because you don't lose them. Now, to note, the 4 screws here are a different size. Now I'm going to put one of the inner ones and one of the outer ones together. You can see the 2 different sizes there. You've got the small one for the 4 inside and then you've got the rest on the outside. So now, my thoughts are correct. You have to remove the screws on the outside as well because you can see there it's not lifting away. So those screws on the outside that attach to the screen as well. So I'm going to remove them now. And hopefully then we'll be able to remove the rear cover and have a look at the inside. I've removed all the screws now, so in theory everything should just lift clear. So I'm just going to gently try it. Lift in there. Lift in there. Let's lift in there. And it's lifting. Okay, so what I'm going to do is hopefully I can use the legs to lift him up. And that didn't sound good, did it? Right, so we do have cables connected to it. So I am just going to have to move things around a bit. Okay, so what I've just done is I've just turned the unit around so the power button, the volume control, is at the back. Because I believe if we lift carefully, yep, we can have everything open without disconnecting anything. So let's just bring you in a minute so you can have a look around. So we've got a little controller box here. So we've got cable going off to the power. We got blue wires going off to the speakers outside. And red wires going off to the speaker that side. I would imagine that's the vibration control, because there's vibration on it as well. So it's all going back into the board. So the next thing to do is I think we'll take off these two screws here and just have a little look inside. There appears to be 3 screws, and I've just found a bit of plastic at the back here. It's just fallen off, so we'll have to have a look at that and see what that is. Well, there we are. That's our board. We'll bring you down and have a closer look at that. Okay, I'm going to bring you into that. We'll try and light that up a bit better. There you are, so that's on the stand there. So we look into this, we can see it is very much a standard motherboard. There's Wi-Fi there. That's the speakers there. I'm going off to the video display there, and here. So what we're concerned with is we've got no sound, so that's the one we're concerned with up here. Now, the first thing I can say is it's not quite in. Now, would it be as simple as that? What we'll do is we're just going to go and get some smaller screwdrivers so we can actually just manipulate that a minute without doing it with our fingers. Okay, so I'm going to have to remove this board here. I want to reseat all the cables just in case. Now, when you remove that top right one there, remember when you put it back on, that's got a cable attached to it as well. Okay, so it's just yes. Don't forget to connect him. Actually, so that's the screws removed. Remember to keep them nice and safe. You don't want to be losing them. And then theoretically that board will release. But it's not. Why is that not releasing? Ah, there we go. So there is the board, it's released. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to very carefully disconnect and reconnect. He's tight. There he is. Disconnect. It's just like computer motherboard, really. Disconnect that one. And we'll just do them all just in case. Move around. Mindfulness. A tight one. Be very, very gentle though. The last thing you want to do is damage anything. There he is, he comes off. Apparently this was a Kickstarter project originally. I'll just remove these as well. Replace them. I didn't remove that one there, but that's for the display and we know that's okay. So I'm just going to turn around. There's no obvious problems, although maybe a little bit of dry solder there, but that's on a USB, so we're not going to worry about that too much. Right, so we're going to put it back in its case, and then we'll try booting up the unit and seeing what happens. Okay, so the board's back in. And now we will apply power back to the board. Now, I've just looking at the board as well, all the capacitors look fine. There's nothing that looks untoward on that board, so I'm hoping it is something silly like, you know, it just needed reseating. Come around to the back. Press the power. He's booting up. Press again. There's still no sound. Okay, well, there's certainly nothing wrong with the connections, is there? Now, I've noticed something when I put the power in. Now, I'm just going to do this again so you can see it. Watch this here. As I insert the power lead. See that? That tells me that it's not hardware. I think there is a software issue. So we're going to put this all back together. Just something I do when I'm putting the screws back in, I work from the middle outwards. The theory is, in my head, that all the screws will line up properly. If you go from the outside in, sometimes I don't think they all match up. So, and be gentle. It should be good. Everything's going quite well here. And do opposite corners as much as possible. Once we've done this, we've just got the outside to do, and then we'll set it back up and see if it's software. Okay, so we didn't manage to get any sound out of that. Now if I press the buttons, you can see here we have sound, and we can do it with our fingers if we want. No sound coming out. Now, I've done a lot of searching around the web for different ideas, and if you've got one of these devices as well, the first thing I'm going to show you is how to get into the system. Now, if you try it this way, go in, you don't have much control. You literally go in there, advanced literally lets you do a factory reset there, rotate the display, and Wi-Fi. That's all we can do in there. However, go into the search here and hit the comma on the keyboard, select languages, okay, and you might recognize that if you're familiar with Android. Now come up here and press a search. And what should we search for? System. And look at that. All of a sudden, we're into the system itself. So we can look at various bits and pieces now. What I've already done, but what you could very easily do, and I will show you later how to do it, is I've actually added that, which is called Simple Menu. I'm going to factory reset this in a minute, so we'll go through it all together. But I've actually added this, so you can see now I can bring up the back end. So these are the apps that are available. So we could possibly, you want to go into the settings, double tap, and there you are. That is your Android settings. Now I've been in on the sound on this as well, and you can see I've been playing around with the sound, do not disturbs off, and there's nothing else I can find that I think really relates to anything. So, you know, we got charging sound switched on, we got all sorts of sound switched on. The only thing I can figure, we saw the motors running on the vibration, so it's got to be a software issue. So the first thing I think we are going to do is we're going to go into reset. So if we come back and we go to system, and if we go to advanced, we have there the reset options. Now I think that is our best move forward. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to erase all data and do a factory reset. So this will remove everything, as you can see. So we're going to go right through. And let's see where we come through when we come back up. I will of course fast forward this. Or not fast forward, I'll speed it up. And there is still no sound. So the first thing it wants to do is connect to the Wi-Fi. So I'm going to put the password in, but you are not going to see it. So I'm going to turn you off for a few seconds. And there we are, joining the Wi-Fi. Dashboard is downloading. So we've taken us back to the absolute beginning. Okay, I have an account, so I'm going to log in, so I'll just take you off air for a minute and come back. we've signed in, and you can see all the games, everything that's available to you. So we've got a message in the game store. There's still no sound though, is there? And remembered the games I downloaded last time, so we just have to download them again. We just get one downloaded so we can actually show you 100% there's no sound. I'm just going to come down here just in case and turn the sound right up. And you'd imagine at this point in time you'd have the option of sound. So we'll just go in and see if there's yeah. So we go music, that's music on, music off, sound effects on, sound effects off. So game controls, yeah. There is definitely no face-to-face. Just pretend we're playing. Oh, I see. So select and drag a disc to an open. Oh, I see. Over here, and that's just the people who are going to choose their colours, and then we start again. So there is absolutely still no sound. Right, so you don't want to watch me play a game, so we'll come out of that. Go back to the dashboard. Right, we'll be back in a second. Right, okay, we're back again. I now have an SD card. I now have a memory card, which I'm going to insert into the USB, he says. There we are. It's a bit fiddly. Right, so why have I done that? I will show you. Okay, so the next bit I'm going to show you is what we showed you earlier, how to jailbreak. So we're going to go into search, and we're going to long press the comma. Select languages, and the next thing we want to do is we want to search. And we want about tablet. We go in there, and down here we have build number, and we want to go into the build number. You'll also notice they've got the IP address of the device. You may want to take that. That's a good opportunity to take the IP address. So we're going to tap the build number 7 times normally. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You are now a developer. So what does that mean? That means we can go in to the system. Oh, do you want to do that? So we want to go into system, and we should have developer settings. There you are, developer settings. So that's a hidden menu until you do that 7 touches on the build. So now we want to enable a few bits and pieces in here. So we want to come down a bit. We're looking for USB debugging. Always allow. Wireless debugging, which is already done. And if you're using Android development and you want to remotely access this, you would pair with a device pairing code, and that's where you'd get that. You can see there's your port, and that's quite easy there. So we'll cancel that. And we look down through. I don't think there's anything else we'll want to enable at this current time. Just going to absolutely double check. HD audio. Interesting. Go. Bluetooth audio codec. So in theory, we may be able to connect a Bluetooth device to this. Bluetooth sample rate. So Bluetooth is there. So we're definitely seeing disabled Bluetooth, enable uses Bluetooth, disables Bluetooth, absolute volume feature, disable, don't want to disable it, show Bluetooth devices without names, MAC addresses will only appear, we're not worried about that. Now I think, it's interesting, isn't it? HD audio. Cannot select that one. Just looking through, and it gives you a chance to see what's available here as well. No, I think that's all we're going to need for the moment. So, we'll go back. Go back. Now, we want to use a file manager. If you just go back, there will be one built in. Go into Files. You can select Open. And there we are. We're now into Android files. So what we want to do now is I've put the USB in, and you can see it's there, look. So I'll select that. I can see what's on that drive. Now if I was to go, there's a few apps we want to install. And the first one I'm going to install is Aurora, okay? So there, Aurora Store. And you'll see why in a minute. Well, you will now. So it's going to open. I'm going to have to set this up in a minute. We're going to grant all the permissions. Just grant the permission and go back. Grant the permission. Go back. And grant the permission, allow, and then we finish. Now we will have to sign in with our Google account now, so I'm just going to turn you off and we'll come back in a second. So I've entered my password, and you'll see, obviously I've got two-step verification set up. So I'm now just going to go in and confirm it's myself. That's off camera, obviously. So I'm going to say, yes, it was me, confirm the number, and there we are. So then we just agree. And there we have a store manager. Now the first thing you're probably going to want to install is a launcher. So let's search for Nova Launcher. So we go down to the search down there. Nova, I need to spell, don't I? Nova Launcher. So we don't want the Prime one because you've got to pay for it. Although I have got a paid version, we're going to use the free version for this. You select install. Select install again. And then we can open up. So, if you backed up before, you could have a backup, but obviously we wouldn't have had here. And we can get started. And you have to go through a few bits and pieces, select your icons. So, I quite like round icons. So we'll say next. And we'll just take everything as default there. And the app drawer will be vertical. We'll show the keyboard. And setup is finished, so we go home. Okay, so we've installed Nova Launcher. I've rebooted the machine. As you can see at the moment, we can't do anything apart from use the device as it is. Let's go back in. And we're going to go back to files because we want to install another program. There's the Files app. Remember to use the open, like I didn't. Then we want to select our USB drive again. And we're going to go into Android. And the one I want is, I want simple control. Now, which one is it I want? I want that one there. Continue. So we're going to open simple control. The first thing you're going to notice we've got to allow it to display over other apps. So we're going to say yes. Need accessibility service, so we're going to allow that. So we just select it. So we're going to allow that. Okay, so we're into Nova Launcher. And then we have to set it up how we want it. So the first thing we do, we did the buttons, so let's have a look at the options. So we have the height and width. So you can see it's come over to that side now. So that's the height. And up here we can put it where we want. Maybe not. Of the colour. I'll go for a red. Very obvious then, isn't it? Also hide. We certainly want it to auto hide. We don't want it up there at the time. The icon size. You can see, I'll just move my hand out of the way so you can see that properly. You can see that controls the icon size. Do we want it centered? So that means just can't move it around. And this so that's basically what they controls do. the height is quite... Take centered off. I wonder if that make a difference. Yeah, that's better. So if we play with the height, you don't want it huge, do you? You just want it so it's there. Because this is what we're going to be using at a later stage. This is the buttons at the bottom of your phone. So back, home, and that sort of brings up all the programs. And then we've got search as well. Now we're going to change that one at some stage. We don't want it to search. We want it to do something else. Probably open Nova Launcher. We'll see. So that's the button. So if we go to activation mode, so we can have it as vertical or horizontal. So there's the vertical, and there's a horizontal. Horizontal button. If we go back to vertical, we don't want vertical left, and we don't want vertical right. So we go back to horizontal. It brings us back here. We've still got horizontal left and right. So let's turn off left, turn off right. Okay, so the left and right in horizontal, we've turned them off. We just got the button down. That's all we want. But you may want it there, you may want it there, you may want it at the top. I think personally I'm going to have it there. So that's the one we're controlling. So we've got size, height and position. So this sort of overrides the one we were using earlier, doesn't it? So you can see I'm sort of just so you can see that's a custom area. So we're happy with that. That's activation mode. Icons. I see. Okay, so we can select an icon style. I quite like that one, so that's the one we'll take. Get rid of that. Now, at the moment, that goes back. 1.5 seconds might be a bit too short. So let's have it after 2.5 seconds. That's better, isn't it? Okay, we're getting the grips with this now. So the next thing we want to do really is, we know that goes back, you know, we know the options, but I want to change that one. So if I hold that one, I'm wondering, do I just pull up? I'm gonna keep that one out just for the minute. Can I drag him down? Enables me to close. So the last thing I want to be able to do is I want to be able to control be interesting because we got the motors. Let's enable that because that'll let us know when we finally got that working. Button. That's what we're looking for, isn't it? Okay. So we've got click, long click, and swipe. Okay. So at the moment, that one there is going into the memo. So what we want to do we want an application, and the application we would like is Nova Launcher. So that's back. And that's home. I wonder if we had a long click, we had it go into home. And recent search. So we got Nova Launcher, back, home, recent, and search. I think that's how we're going to leave it for the moment. So we'll come out of that. So if I go there now, I can do that and go into Nova Launcher. And Nova Launcher is there. So then I could go to a raw restore, say, for instance. And then from there, I could install apps from that store. So the next thing I want to do is I want to install some utilities to test the hardware on this, see if we find why we've started this, and that is to find out why we've got no sound. So if I do that, see, we've got the control now, so I can go home, and that brings us to this menu. Now if I go home long, don't do anything. So I'll go back, it just brings it back to that one. And if I do that one, oh, brings us back. If I do that, right. So I can do that. Device doesn't support this feature. That's interesting. Right, okay. So now you can see I can move through. That's what I've been trying to do. So the next thing I want to do is, hopefully we've still got files open somewhere. Maybe not. So we'll go into Nova Launcher. And we want to go into our files. And I've been to APK Mirror to download some free testing software. And we've ended up in audiobooks, not Android. So I've got these bits of software that apparently are quite good. So I think it's that one there, Droid Info. So we're going to do that, and the idea is we're going to test the system, see if we can find out if there's anything wrong with it. So we're going to allow Come on. Allow memory, yeah. So what we're looking for really, probably on the system. No camera. There's your memory. Temperatures. So we do have Bluetooth, it's identifying Bluetooth. So in theory, we should be able to select a Bluetooth speaker if we can't get the sound, which would be interesting. Got Wi-Fi, so that's all there. Sensors, no sensors. Nothing about sound though, is there? Okay, so that's how to get you. Well, there's nothing on there really. To help us with that one. So the Droid info. There's device info here. Let's try that one. And if this one doesn't work, with regards to testing sound, I will do a little bit more research. New versions of Android. Okay. System screen, memory, camera, battery, thermal, sensors, applications, mounts, partitions. Okay, well, we'll just go through it again because it's just going to identify stuff, isn't it? Maybe we'll be lucky. See some reference to a sound card, maybe. It's 4 cores on the CPU, so yeah, we're finding information about this thing as we go through. No, that is the system. And you can now see how that simple control is coming into use so much. So that's the details about the screen, 1080p. Memory, there's a RAM, internal, and it can see the external as well, which is good. Obviously there's no camera. It thinks it's got a battery. Thermal, sensors, light. So it's got accelerometer, but it hasn't got anything else, what we wouldn't expect it to. Applications, so we can see a bit of information about the applications we put on there. That's how the partitions are set up, so that's quite interesting. Drivers. See, there's a HDMI audio codec there. But it doesn't really go into anything. Wi-Fi. So the Wi-Fi is quite slow actually, but it would do its job. Bluetooth. Currently disabled. Oh. Well, I have a Bluetooth device here, this one, I wonder. It's flat.
Welcome.
Oh no, it's not.
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
Okay. Well, it's not seeing any Bluetooth devices, is it? So, come out of that. So we're back here. Input. Codecs. We keep on going to Bluetooth now. Why is that? So all these codecs are here. Okay, that's an application was testing sensors. So that's other applications they do. Sadly, I don't think there's anything there that's going to help us in any way. So I'm just wondering if we go to the store. We seem to have two stores there at the moment, which is strange. Go back to the store. You can see the reason I've installed these programs now. Now, let's just have a look, and didn't want to do that, did I? Let's go back. Go on there. It's almost like it's not quite calibrated properly. Audio test. Is there such a thing? Audio tester. Audio test app. Well, let's see what we can come up with. Audio tester, hearing test, spectrum, core audio setup. That might be useful when I'm doing my car audios on my other channel. Right, let's just go for an audio tester. And that will download it, and then we'll have to install it. No, there's nothing, is there? Well, I'm running out of ideas, I really am. So my last theory is I'm going to try a Bluetooth dongle and see if that maybe works. So we'll go back there. In actual fact, no, what we'll do is before we do the Bluetooth dongle, I want to do one last thing, go back to the Aurora store. In fact, let's go back to the home page. go to games, and this is a reason to jailbreak it. It's because you could put a different arcade game on. Now, I'm not much of a gamer, so I'm going to struggle on this one what to pick. So, Candy Crush, 8-Ball Pool, Monopoly Go. We got Monopoly on the other side. Angry Birds. We all remember Angry Birds, don't we? So let's install that. Just to show you that you can run other programs on this once you've done it. It's quite a large file, it's 100 meg. Probably picked the biggest one I could pick, didn't I? Anyway, we'll come back in a minute. So now we have it installed. Click on open. Wouldn't it be great if the sound just suddenly burst through? What I would like to ask as well is if any of you have a solution for this and you're looking at me and say, no, you've got to do this. Please tell me, because I am struggling now. I've got one last idea, and I've got this old Bluetooth adapter. I'm going to try that, and I think that's a Bluetooth adapter as well. I just found that one in amongst my boxes, bits and pieces. So I'm going to try them after I've shown you Angry Birds. And if that doesn't work, that's pretty much where I'm going to end this video. I've shown you a few things, shown you how to do a few bits and pieces, how to jailbreak it if you got one of these. Sound would be so much better though, wouldn't it? Anyway, let's get back to it. So there we are, there's Angry Birds. We'll just accept that. Let the first screen load up. How old are you? Oh dear, I'm not going to tell you guys. Yeah, you all know, don't you? You all know anyway, because you've been watching my videos. And if you haven't seen it, I've got some videos coming up on my other channel in Singapore soon, where I celebrated my 60th birthday. So we're going to just consent to that. And there we are, look, that's Angry Birds on this table. So, not even too bad, was it? I think I've done that, have I? I don't know. No, I haven't. Yes, I have. Yes, I did. Well, there we go. And that is, you know, we could go through and do loads and loads and loads, but we don't need to. Well, here we are. I have tried pretty much everything I can think of. We've tried a USB dongle. It is an old one. I am going to order a new one just to see if I can any difference. I thought I'd try and connect a Wi-Fi dongle. Didn't see it. I connected my iPhone. What it did is wanted to charge it. I connected an Android phone and I was able to charge, and I was also able to transfer files with it. So where do we go from here? I've gone to their support desk, put a support ticket in, see if they can help. But I've looked at the tickets that are there and there's nothing. Searching the web, I found one other person who asked this had the same problem. They never had a reply. So I guess I'm pretty much on my own on this. I won't give up. It'll probably be a second video at some stage, unless one of you guys can help me. You know, if you can point me in the right direction to do something, I truly will be appreciative. What have we done today? Well, we've managed to see how it comes apart. We've had a look at the circuit board, the motherboard. We have seen all the internals and how they're laid out. I've shown you how to jailbreak it and add extra programs. So if you got one that isn't got the sound issue, but you just want to, add a few extra games to it, I've shown you how to do that. What I haven't shown you how to do is fix a no sound problem. So I failed. Anyway, guys, please subscribe to the channel and tune in. We will get somewhere. Whatever happens, I do like it, and we'll use it. We're going to use it for our bar, the bar you've been seeing being built, and we're going to insert it into a coffee table. I'm copying someone else. I've seen someone else do it. So we're going to insert it into a coffee table, and I'll show you how I do that as well when I get to that. So if you subscribe, hit the notification bell, you will find out about that at some stage. This is a secondary channel, and my first channel takes more precedence, so sometimes this one is a bit more sporadic. But if you want to have a look at the other stuff, that's that channel's Footsteps and Tire Jacks. So go and take a look. Anyway, thanks for watching it this far, guys. What can I say? I failed. See you later.